about the song, you really, I think you said earlier, you really wasn't sure what it was about. You thought it
Right.
was kind of nice though?
Right, yeah, and it was like with I felt it went with the video because the video had showed all those idyllic scenes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not about that. It's about heroin. It's about
Yeah,
heroin.
yeah. It's nothing to do with that.
It's about heroin.
Jesus, seriously?
Well, think about it, right? So
What are they
heroin,
trying? What are they trying to promote heroin with those
no, but heroin
videos?
is the golden brown that gets the color, is the texture, something like that.
But it has all
Supposedly.
these nice looking scenes. Someone's going to look at that
I
and say, "I'm
know.
going
I
to try
chose
that."
that. I chose that one because I liked I liked that. I thought the sound out of that one was really great too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought I'd throw you.
Hey, welcome back to Into the Music. I'm Chris. I'm here with Greg, and Greg has something for me to react to. So, what you got, man?
So I've got one of my own songs, and it is called Golden Brown by the Stranglers. I know it sounds like a rough sounding name, the Stranglers.
Stranglers.
Not to be
I can only imagine what they must sound like.
not to be confused by the Manglers or the Wranglers.
All
Um,
right.
but the Stranglers. So go check it out, Golden Brown, and let
Wranglers and Wranglers.
go check it out.
Okay.
Golden brown texture like sun lays me down. With my mind she runs throughout the night. No need to fight, never a frown with golden brown. Every time, just like the last, on her ship, tied to the mast, to distant lands, takes both my hands, never a frown with golden brown. Golden brown, fine a temptress. Through the ages she's heading west. From far away, stays for a day. Never a frown with golden brown.
Hey, I see you back.
Hey,
So what'd you think?
well, first of all, based on the name, the Stranglers, I've never heard this band before. I don't recall if I'd heard of them before because that's such a, common word. But well, I mean, you hear that in other places. It's not like pigeons playing ping pong, unique,
Yeah.
right?
Wait, people are, what? Go
Remember
back.
that? Yeah,
Everyone click in.
watch
Howard.
our
Yep.
pigeons playing ping pong video. It's a really cool song.
I'm gonna put the link in too down below. How's that?
Okay, all right. I hope
Because
you
you mentioned
remember. Um,
I will.
anyway, yes, this is not what I expected from a band called the Stranglers, but I really like this song.
Yeah.
Right from the beginning with the harpsichord, okay, or at least the synthesized harpsichord.
Right.
Um, I wasn't really following the words, but seems like it's a good feeling kind of song. I wouldn't say I couldn't really say like happy because it's not like happy go lucky, but it's uplifting. That triplet sound, that triplet rhythm was there, and it really
Yeah. Yeah. Of course you would
And
pick up on that. Yep.
yeah, and the towards the end when it was really like an instrumental thing, although there were vocals, but there weren't lyrics, and the singer was just going along with it, adding his part to it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm wondering though, all right, this had the whole sound and feel of like some old English traditional song, I don't know if you'd say from medieval times, maybe later, but did you get that feeling, or is it one of those songs and they're covering it? I don't know.
No, this is an original.
Okay.
I could see what you're saying where you're sort of thinking like that. I think
Uh-huh.
maybe his vocals have something to do with that. Has that English
No,
voice?
no, the music.
The music. Well, it is that kind of dun 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 dun.
The way
Yeah.
he's doing it and the way I first heard it, I thought, hey, is the beginning part kind of like Take Five by Dave Brubeck?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
then, so then I started paying attention to the time signature, and I think it's just uh 3/4 time. I'm not positive on that, but because
You're somewhat right on that.
Dave Brubeck, I think, was 4/5 time.
Yes. Yeah. And we talked about that in one of our past videos, reactions, even though we didn't do that
No,
song.
no,
We talked about it.
No, 5/4. I mean, I had it backwards.
Okay. Whatever the numbers were, we talked about.
Five beats per measure, right,
Right.
and that's really unique. So I was listening for that in this, and I didn't find it, although it did still remind me of that.
Let me stop you there because I think, before I sort of try to jam everything into everything you just said, let me just to the beat thing. This is from genius.com, a contributor. The instrumentation is quite unconventional for what is notionally a punk record because it's from a punk rock group.
I would have thought it was
Stranglers are punk
going to
rock.
be a punk song from them. Yeah, just by the name.
Yeah, and this is from the 6th album, so they had a wealth of material before this that was, punk rock. They're amazing. They're just to say they're an amazing band. You should really, really dive into them. And if you want, and let's see what kind of reception we get from, but with this one. But hopefully we do some diving on this channel. That said, talks about featuring the harpsichord very prominently. So Dave Greenfield, who's playing the keyboard, he plays it in 3/4 time, like you said, but his harpsichord part has twice as many beats in 6/8 time.
I was thinking it might be 6/8 too, but I'm not all that familiar with 6/8. I can't I'd have to hear and say, yeah, okay. Oh, of course, I know that rhythm.
And then additionally, every 4th bar switches to 7/8 time. So
really,
yeah.
Are they always that? I guess they're not.
That's what the guy's saying. I mean,
they're doing if they did some punkish stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think they were pretty used to kind of doing all these change ups and stuff like that.
7/8. Huh?
And think about it too. It does sound there's a similarity to the Take Five song, and you could just say that to me. I would think that they just got, without doing a lot of diving into like that connection, I would think that they were influenced, that they were probably fans. Maybe it was Hugh. I think it's Hugh Cornwell who was
Sure,
the singer.
sure.
Maybe you could say that he was, uh, you know,
I,
sort of taken by that song and by that group,
yeah.
and influenced and wanted to come up with something that was like that. And about the song, you really, I think you said earlier, you really wasn't sure what it was about. You thought it
Right.
was kind of nice though.
Right, yeah, and it was like with I felt it went with the video because the video had showed all those idyllic scenes.
Yeah, yeah. It's not about that. It's about heroin. It's about
Yeah,
heroin.
yeah, it's nothing to do with that.
It's about heroin.
Jesus, seriously?
Well, think about it, right? So
What are they
heroin,
what are they trying to promote heroin with those
no, but heroin
videos?
is the golden brown that gets the color, is the texture, something like that.
But it has all
Supposedly.
these nice looking scenes. Someone's gonna look at that
I
and say, "I
know. I
gotta try
chose
that."
that. I chose that one because I liked I liked that. I thought the sound out of that one was really great too.
Okay.
Yeah, and I thought I'd throw you. Golden brown, texture like sun, lays me down, with my mind she runs, throughout the night, no need to fight, never a frown, with golden brown. And that was the first verse.
We did a song. I can't remember what it was, but we did a song recently that I think was about heroin, and it wasn't knocking it. It was like saying good stuff. Now, of course, that's describing, I guess, the high, not describing, withdrawal or anything like that, or
Right.
how it can fuck up your life. But
Well, he writes too. So Hugh Cornwell, he didn't write. He actually said in an interview in 2001, it's about heroin and also about a girl. Both provided me with pleasurable times. Um, but from what I've read elsewhere, it really is predominantly about heroin. And when you look at the lyrics, just that first verse, I mean, it's really kind of being sort of creative and poetic about that high, and where it takes him and stuff like that. I think actually those lyrics too, you heard the words where he's kind of doing that jazz kind of thing, and it's also echoey and everything. That's the outro, and he
oh, the
just,
one I mentioned. Yeah,
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 that was really
yeah.
good. Like you picked up on that, and he's singing never a frown, with golden brown, and that just gets repeated and almost like sort of on top of each other, and lay it, and it just kind of just sort of goes
Right.
almost like a beep, 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 beep. It's almost like, but
But I thought I
echoey and
heard
just
something
out.
where it wasn't words. It was just he was singing, but it wasn't.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they were putting
Actually,
all these different sounds of his. I
yeah.
think his voice got laid big time. So, I love the song. I love the production. Not that I'm a drug user, that I ever was, but I find when writers, these these creative geniuses, when they go through experiences like that and they come out and they're able to write about it. I think it's amazing. I really do. And I'm not, I mean, they did it and now they're telling about it, and how, a song like this where it's poetic and it's creative, and I just think, I don't know, it's just something really interesting about it and fascinating, you know, and almost, too, like, that person lets you in on this sort of secret thing that is no longer secret. This is, this was my high, and you go
Right.
along for the ride. There's just something about it that's like, and then to music like this, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and that harpsichord, the harpsichord is like amazing. It's just, yeah, yeah,
Was that an actual harpsichord they were
yeah,
playing? No, it
yes.
was.
From
Okay.
what I understand, true harpsichord.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Stranglers, 1974 to present.
Yeah. When did this
Um,
come out?
So this was 1981, and again, it was off their sixth album, called La Folie, Lafolie, La Folie. That's the way I'm going to pronounce it. And of course, I'm going to get killed in the comment section because I'm the mangler. So, but
The Mangler playing the Stranglers.
I own it. I stamp myself and I own it, but I give it my best shot. I think I got the La part down, L.A. So watch. I got the
Yeah,
I got
they'll
the
say you
fillet part down.
mispronounce that.
It's not La, it's Lee. But anyway, and Chris, I'll just give you a little bit about the band. They're an English rock band who emerged via the punk rock scene. This is from Wiki. They had 23 UK top 40 singles, 17
Really?
UK top 40 albums, in a career that spans 5
Because they
decades.
weren't nearly as big over here.
No, but they had some popularity. My roommate from the early 90s, you know him. He was into this band big time. I kind of learned about the Stranglers from him.
Uh-huh.
Um, they actually formed initially as the Guildford Stranglers in Guildford, Surrey, in early 1974. Then they built the following in the mid 1970s in the pub rock scene, and they had at that time an aggressive, no compromise attitude, and that was identified by the media um, and yeah, and kind of sort of reflected in their musical style. They sort of went on to kind of have this sort of a new wave art rock and gothic rock sound,
Mhm.
and they just yeah, I mean, Golden Brown, No More Heroes, Peaches, Always the Sun, and Skin Deep. Skin Deep is one of my favorite songs. Not just the Stranglers, but just one of my favorite songs. I've actually kept that off the list. I don't know if you're gonna like that. So it's one of those like, one of those songs. I think I've talked to you about this before. I have some songs that are like my children, and I
Don't
don't
worry
want to
about it. I mean,
put them in harm's way. Like I want you to like my children. If you don't like my children, I
but
may get
don't worry
upset.
about it. You've given me tons of songs that suck.
Yeah, vice versa, kid.
Do you really think that?
What?
Do you really think some of my? You probably do. Some of my songs suck.
No, I'm just because
I'm joking too,
you
man.
just
But
swiped me, so I'm
after I
gonna.
was joking, I thought maybe you're retaliating with the truth.
Oh, you look at you, man. Yeah, right. You're trying to draw the
I'm
truth.
living in a glass house, dude.
You're trying to draw it out of me and say, "Aha! I knew it all along." Nah, man, I love your stuff. It's great.
Look me in the eye and say, look up to the camera eye and say
I
that.
love the song choices that you give me, man.
Wow,
Great
you are
stuff.
a practiced liar or a psychopath. You lie right to my face.
His eyes are turning from green, bluish to brown, right on the screen.
Oh, because you're full of it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I can't get it by me, man.
And so they are present day, man. They have so Hugh Cornwell, who was the singer, after 16 years left the group in 1990. He felt like they just could never. They really didn't have anything more creatively sort of to give,
Well, 16 years is a
and
pretty
he
long run.
left, and
So.
they stayed on. Yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway, yeah. So I'm glad you like it, man. That was
Yeah,
good.
it's a good one. Good choice.
Cool. All right. So take us out, man.
All right. So hit all the good buttons below. And thanks for watching. And we'll catch you next time on Into the Music.
See ya.